Hey guys, now that we've worked with all things slope, I just wanted to make this quick video to review the slope formula. Some of you might not like the slope formula, it's a lot of subtraction, maybe some negatives, but slope formula, all it is finding the difference of the y values, the y coordinates, and finding the difference of two x coordinates. So the learning goal is we are learning to find the slope of two coordinates. And here is the beloved slope formula. Again, when in doubt, graph it out. Find some graph paper, plot your points, find your rise over run. But if it's asking you to find the slope using the slope formula, you gotta use the slope formula. Now, slope, m, is equal to the difference of the y's, y2 minus y1, over the difference of the x's. Remember, slope is rise, which is up and down, y, and run, which is left and right, x. Now, you might ask what these little subscripts are. If I had 2 points, 3, 4, and 5, 6, this would mean that this is x1 and this is y1. It's the x and y values of coordinate number 1. This would be x2, y2. The values of coordinate number 2. If I had a coordinate number 3, it would be x3, y3. Okay? Let's try our first example. Find the slope of the line using the slope formula. So again, here I have it on a graph. I can quickly do my rise over run and get my solution. But I want to do it finding or using the slope formula. So I'm subtracting the y's and I'm subtracting the x's. So I like to write my coordinates, -2, 5, and 2, 0. And I like to highlight the y's because that's what goes in my numerator. Okay, you subtract the y's and you subtract the x's. So we're going to plug it in. My first y value, right, it says y2 first, y1 first. It doesn't matter as long as you're consistent. We're going to start with this bad boy. So if I'm doing 5 minus 0 over, now you subtract the x's, -2 minus 2. Let's simplify. 5 minus 0 is 5. 2 minus 2 is -4. Okay. So my slope is -5/4. Let's check our graph. Well, I know just by looking at it, it goes downhill, so it is a negative slope. So far so good. Let's count my rise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative. 1, 2, 3, 4. M is equal to -5/4, which we got with the slope formula. Subtract the y values, subtract the x values. Here's another one, but I don't have the graph paper available to you, so I want you to use the slope formula. It's the difference of the y's, the difference of the x's. Sometimes you'll see it like this. It's the rise over the run. Okay, so I have -2, 3. Here's my x and my y. Here's my x, here's my y. 3, 2. Again, I like to stack them on top of each other. And just pay attention to which one is my x and which one is my y. Here's my y's, just so they stand out to me a little bit. So I'm going to subtract 3 minus 2, and you're going to subtract -2 minus 3. The formula is subtraction. We're finding the difference between them. You are subtracting. 3 minus 2 is 1, and -2 minus 3 is -5. So my slope here, m, is equal to -1/5. Let's try example number 2. Stack them on top of each other. I mean, you don't have to, but it's just a little tip, right? Because then I know, okay, here's my x column, here's my y column. I want these first in my numerator. And you are subtracting them. Subtract the y's. -4 minus 1 over -5 minus -3. Pay attention to how I wrote that. -5 minus -3. Well, you know 2 negatives is a positive. So if I were to simplify, -4 minus 1 is -5. And -5 plus 3 is -2. Negative and a negative, my slope is +5 halves. Let's try 2 more. We're done. Find the slope using the slope formula given the 2 points. Again, it's the difference of the y's over the difference of the x's. It's the rise over the run. Subtract the y's, subtract the x's. Okay. Again, I like to stack and circle. What do you notice about these two coordinates? My y value is the same. Let's subtract -2 minus -2. See how I wrote that? And then 1 minus 7. -2 minus -2 is 0. 1 minus 7, -6. What happens when 0 is in my numerator? What's 0 divided by -6? Here, my slope is 0. This would be a horizontal line if you graphed it. Number 2, I have -3, -3, and let's stack that on top of -3, 5. What do you notice about these two coordinates? My x is the same. Let's subtract. I have -3, remember you're doing the y's first in the numerator, minus 5 over -3 minus -3. -5 minus -3 minus 5 is -8. I'm going to write it down here. M is equal to -8. And -3 minus -3 is 0. Ding, 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 ding. You can never have 0 in the denominator. Never. Friends don't let friends divide by 0. If you were to graph this one, it would be a vertical line. Undefined slope. Let's practice slope formula on our own.